Hello YouTubers, I'm Zed4Me and I'm finally back. I just got finished done with my boards, so I'm finally back making some videos for you guys. As you can see, I'm making some big changes to this channel, like for example this green screen behind me will be incorporated into a lot of my videos now, so that hopefully these videos will be a little bit more enjoyable for you guys to watch. I've got some really great videos lined up in the coming weeks, so for those of you who are new to this channel, definitely subscribe by clicking that button. So without further ado, let's get into today's DIY. Alright, so today's video is definitely a labor of love. I think this project took me roughly 4 to 5 hours. And honestly, it was just really relaxing for me to finally get to do something with the car again after studying for hours, and then finally taking my boards. I couldn't ask for anything more but to sit inside the Golf R and work on this steering wheel kit. So this steering wheel wrap is about $25, so it's relatively inexpensive. And really the main reason that I got it was because I thought that the Mark 7 steering wheel is kind of lacking. Especially compared to the Mark 6, which has this big beefy steering wheel. I just kind of feel like the Mark 7s, they're kind of thin and just not that enjoyable, honestly. So I figured, you know, why the heck not? I'm putting this steering wheel wrap on. What's really nice about this kit is that it basically includes everything that you need, barring perhaps scissors if you want to use that for cutting the thread. If you take a look at this unboxing that I just did, you'll see that everything is included, including something to protect your finger from the sewing thread. So it's really nice that this kit really does include everything you need. It has a lot of extra thread so that if you mess up like I did a couple of times, you'll have plenty of thread left over in order to finish your project. So what I'm doing here, as you can see, is I'm putting on the tape. This tape basically is very thin and it's double-sided, and it'll help hold the wrap onto the steering wheel itself. And I think this is really important. Number one, that it's really thin double-sided tape, so you can't really feel it when the wrap is on the actual wheel. And the second thing is that it keeps it from shifting around, because the worst thing that could happen is basically if you're holding onto the wheel really tight or you're moving it around a lot, you wouldn't want that thing sliding around. So it's really important that the tape goes on properly. So getting into the car, the first thing that you got to do is take out the DSG paddles, and that's what I'm doing right now. The reason why you got to take them off is actually so that you can put the wrap and tuck it underneath it. So it's really important that you take those paddles off. I think that if you don't have the extensions like I do, you'll have no problem actually getting the wrap underneath the trim. However, because of the extensions, I had to take off the DSG paddles. As you can kind of see here, I'm really struggling with putting on this wrap onto the wheel itself, and actually I think that's a good thing that it's such a tight fit. By having it be such a tight fit, it's not going to be sliding around, and it's actually going to be better for the leather to be tight onto the wheel itself. I think this is probably the most boring part of the entire project, the part of just it's painstakingly taking time to just take off the double-sided tape and getting it ready so that you can finally tape down the steering wheel wrap onto the steering wheel itself. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to actually position this thing properly. The first time that I put this on, it was probably off just about a half an inch or a quarter inch off to one side, and it really messes up where the trim meets the steering wheel wrap, as well as the 9-3 grip, the 10-2 grip is just a little bit off, and it's just gonna look really bad. So if you're gonna want to only do this one time, make sure that you position the wrap extremely accurately. So once I have the wrap in the right spot, what I'm doing is I'm tucking the leather underneath the trim. And it's nice that they included a trim tool for that. You just peel it up and you just tuck it in. It's not really a hard job at this point. So once I have it generally tucked under, what I'm doing here is the sewing part of it. And this sewing part, I've got to say, can be really easy if you know what you're doing, or it can be really tough if you're doing this for the first time. And for me, I've probably sewn maybe once or twice in my entire life. And those two times are probably in home ec class back in middle school. So for me, it's really been a long time since I've done any sewing. Obviously, this is not real sewing, but in a way knowing how to use the thread and needle is really going to be helpful in this part. And really at this point forward, it's really more of an art thing than really a science. And I messed up the threading pattern a couple of times. I messed up how tight you should pull on it, but it's kind of like a trial and error thing, and it's nice that they give you a lot of extra thread. Like I said, it really helps you get some chances to do it right before you finally do it the last time. At this point, you basically just sew all the way around, and here's basically the finished product. Thank you guys for watching this video to the end. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below of this particular DIY and whether you like this format of DIY videos, because I personally have trouble talking and actually doing something at the same time, so it really works out for me being able to comment on it afterwards. And what that actually allows me to do is tell you guys things that I wish I had known in hindsight. So it really helps out a lot in terms of making a quality video. If you guys like this style of video, let me know in the comments below. If you don't like it, please give me some suggestions on what you'd like to see and how you'd like it done. I'm open to suggestions. Got a lot of great videos coming up, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.